The Sixers win yet again as they take a 2-0 series lead over the Nets, but more importantly, Doc Rivers did something last night that I think should change everybody's perspective. We'll break all that down, and I'll give you some exclusive footage here on Philly Take with RB.
Perfect.
What is going on, everybody? RB here. Welcome into the show. Like always, hit the like button if you enjoy this content. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. That way you don't miss any of the coverage. Obviously, we were not live last night as I took a trip down to the Wells Fargo Center. A lot of fun. Crowd was buzzing as always. Just great playoff atmosphere, great playoff vibes. I want to give you some behind-the-scenes coverage and talk about some of the things I saw last night that you might not necessarily see on television. But it was a great night. Sixers get a W. Obviously, a little bit scary at first. They picked it up. They got it going. There were some reasons for that, which we'll break down. But they got the W, and the Sixers now lead it 2-0 as they head back to Brooklyn. You let me know what you think about this series. I predicted 5. Is it even going to go 5 at this point? Let me know down below. Before we get into the breakdown, though, shout out to the sponsor of today's show, Aura. Aura is an easy-to-use app that includes everything you need to stay safe online by protecting you from scammers and hackers on the internet. They fight back against all of those annoying websites that try to make your personal info public and alert you if any of your private info is found. Now, I'm sure anybody out there has had some kind of instance before where they had, identity theft or somebody tried to hack into their information. It literally just happened to me a couple weeks ago, or was able to step in, prevent the issue, and alert that company that, they should not be sharing my private info or trying to get into my stuff. So these are all common issues, trying to open a loan and someone's, trying to steal your identity, whatever it may be. These are all issues that Aura aims to prevent. They give you near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries, and they even provide a VPN where you can scroll anonymously online at your leisure. They even have a password manager where you can store all your credentials in one place for your comfort. So go take the next step in securing your online safety. Go right down to the description of this video and click the link. Get 2 free weeks of Aura and all of their services. Aura.com/PhillyTake. Link down in the description. All right, let's talk about this Sixers game, man. So once again, it was very interesting. It was dry. It was boring. You thought at one point maybe this is a game the Sixers can't come back from. And then you're thinking, going one-on-one on the road, 1-1 to Brooklyn. I mean, that wouldn't be good. But anyway, Sixers picked it up. They got it done. And my question to the people out there today is Doc Rivers changing for the better? Is he changing for the good? I know it's only 2 games, and I know it's a small sample size, but let's be honest, he's coached a hell of a series thus far. And last night, he did a couple things that really opened my eyes. He made 2 key adjustments that I think could actually propel this Sixers team going forward if he continues these. And he was a major reason that the Sixers won this game. Here are the 2 adjustments that Doc Rivers made. Number 1, he called a timeout 61 seconds into the second half. Now, the vibes were not good. People were complaining. They were frustrated. And what did Doc Rivers do? He saw his team come out with the same energy that had him in a hole in the first half. Now, even though the Sixers played so bad, they were still in position to win the game, and they were just one stretch behind. Everybody knew if they could just get one run going, they would be fine. And that kind of speaks to this game in entirety because Brooklyn had their best chance to win yesterday. The Sixers did not play that well overall, and they still won the game. In fact, you look at the box score, Joel Embiid only took 11 shots. Why did he take 11 shots? Because he was getting doubled and tripled at the point of attack every single time. We're going to get back to this in a second. But James Harden went 3 for 13. Embiid only took 11 shots. And the Sixers still won this game. Why? Because of what I told you in the preview. The Nets are just not a good team. Mikal Bridges is a great player. Cam Johnson was going off last night, 28 points. But they're just not good enough. They don't have anything. I said 5. The Sixers might end up sweeping this series, if I'm being honest. But anyway, Doc Rivers made that adjustment. He slowed it down. He told his team, you got to get on your horses. Stop effing around. Go out there and win this game. Go take advantage of it. Don't let this team stay in it. And that's exactly what the Sixers did. There's a running joke going around the internet today about Doc having a legendary speech, and here's part of it. But, at the end of the day, this is what you needed to do. He came storming out. I was sitting, 11 rows from the court. I saw his body language. And Doc Rivers, I will tell you this, You know, obviously it's been an up and down year and there's been really good stretches. There's been really questionable moments, but he's been more engaged. He was walking around the entire game. I didn't see him sitting down that much. Here's what he said to the players.
Come on. But listen, it's up to y'all what y'all want to do. I mean, look, we got to trust. Come on. Call us when we got to get motion and movement. Come on. Come on. Let's go.
Now, Tobias Harris commented on this after the game. He says that the Sixers' body language changed after Doc Rivers called this timeout in the second half. Quote, "It's playoffs. We need to pick our energy up." Obviously, you got high fire guys like, PJ Tucker, George Niang, but Doc Rivers called a timeout and he was pissed off, and that fueled the guys. They knew they weren't going to be able to do that and stay on the court and stay in this game. The other thing he did was kept Jalen McDaniels in with the closing lineup. Now, shout out to my guy, Sean Bernard. We were at the game watching it. We were talking, analyzing it through as it went on, and we both noticed this with about 6 minutes to go. I said, where's PJ Tucker at? He did not have a good game. PJ did not hold his own from game one. Tobias, on the other hand, was absolutely incredible. I got to be honest. Tobias Harris playing this way that he has the first two games could really be an X factor for the Sixers. This is how he played last year in the Toronto series. If he continues to play this way, I mean, he was doing all the little things, cleaning up all the loose ends. Tobias Harris, 20 points again, 8 for 14, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Now, again, Tucker didn't do anything scoring-wise, but he did have 8 rebounds. There were a couple, especially in the second, third quarter, where he was getting scrappy, but it really just wasn't his night. Like, Tucker had a couple wide-open corner threes. They weren't going down. So what did Doc Rivers do late in the game? He wanted to keep some athleticism in as the Sixers got rolling on their run. He wanted to keep some more defense in, some more length. What does he do? He keeps Jalen McDaniels in, and even though it doesn't look like he had a good game, he did have an impact there at the end of the fourth. And this is what I talked about before the series. If Doc can, on the fly, make some adjustments, feel a guy may not be able to score the ball or do his thing late in a game, or maybe it's not Tucker's night, maybe it's not Tobias' night, maybe it's not this guy's night. If Doc can see these things in real time, this could really help the Sixers out. And honestly, this is what the Sixers need. You need a coach that's able to do these things, and you can't let the coach be a negative. Now, other than Doc Rivers, again, Joel Embiid really could not do much. Now, James Harden, I was a bit concerned with yesterday. He did not look anything like game one. The biggest question is he healthy? Can he be that productive Harden? Well, it remains to be seen, because game one, he looked incredible. Game two last night, yeah, he was beating some guys off the dribble, but I wanted him to be more aggressive early. Joel Embiid is going to get doubled this entire series. They're not going to let off it because, that's all they can do. They can't do anything else. The Nets are not good enough as a team. And Joel was getting hacked like crazy. Let me be honest with you guys, not to just point at the refs, because they were bad on both sides last night, but Joel was getting hacked. They would not call a single damn thing. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets get breathed on the wrong way. They're calling something. I mean, it was pretty bad at one point. James Harden has been held without a free throw in the first 2 playoff games. This has not happened since his first 2 postseason games with the Thunder in 2010. In 154 playoff games, he has been held to 0 free throw attempts just 12 times. 2 games in a row. When's the last time James Harden can't get to the free throw line? Are you kidding me? Not even an attempt? Shout out to my guy Sean here. We were talking about this during the game. I mean, really? I mean, there were multiple times when Harden got hacked. Now, again, he needs to be more aggressive and assertive, but the refs are holding their whistles for James and Joel. It's happening. It happened last year, and I'm seeing it play out. Could be something to keep your eye on down the road. Meanwhile, here's some exclusive footage that I captured yesterday during a TV timeout. This is Mikal Bridges. You don't see this on TV. You're only getting this here. They don't show you this part. They say Joel and James complain about fouls. How about this? This was about a minute and a half. Mikal Bridges. Look at this. Look at this. This is what happens. All right. And Jock Vaughn complained last game. Mikal Bridges, Joel Embiid commented on it after the game. He said they kind of took the Nick Nurse route of begging for free throws. Me and Sean were making jokes about this, and then Joel comes out and says it. Like, they're acting just like Toronto, and I get it. I know why they're doing it, because they have no other routes. There's nowhere else to go for the Brooklyn Nets. They know they're going to get smacked. Embiid's impact was insane. Like I said, he only took 11 shots, and this was one of the craziest games. What do you have, 15 rebounds in the first half? Finished with 19. Now, he's only credited for 3 blocks, but I'm telling you, he had about 5. They didn't give him a couple that he deserved. That one at the end of the game where he goes straight down. I mean, it was nuts. Joel Embiid's impact, seeing it in person with your own eyes, it's just hard to put into words sometimes. Here's a quote from Joel Embiid post-game, a couple that I liked. Embiid on Brooklyn sending doubles and triples, quote, "I hope they keep doing it. We're going to keep making the right plays and knocking down shots." And here's what Embiid says, quote, "People think I love scoring, which I don't think is true. I enjoy winning and doing so whatever it takes to win. Some nights I have to shoot a lot and score a lot. Some nights I have to get double teamed and I have to make the passes. I believe in playing the right way." Last night's Joel Embiid is not the same Joel Embiid from a couple years ago. Joel Embiid was matured. Joel Embiid was sound. He was getting rid of the ball. He was getting hacked, like I said, like crazy. He didn't let it get to his psyche. He kept doing his thing. There were a couple times, where he did try to get too aggressive and he made a bad shot or, he lost the ball, but he learned, he got better as the game went on, and he trusted his teammates. Speaking of which, the guy of the game, Tyrese Maxey. Here's a picture that I took exclusively, and he was with Coach Cal, his college coach. And man, Tyrese, obviously a bit inconsistent from time to time. I just think it's the volume of touches, but man, he could be so special. So special is Tyrese Maxey. 33 points, 6 threes last night. He was cooking. Once he got going, it was over. It was over, and the rest of the squad pulled up and did what they had to do. It wasn't a perfect game by any means. Sixers turned the ball over a lot. It wasn't clean, but this was the Nets' best shot to win, and they could not do it. I also want to give a shout out to Paul Reed off the bench. He had 6 points, 3 rebounds. He came in and made a couple huge hustle plays early in the fourth. Big block by Paul Reed. I mean, everybody loves that guy. He's a high-energy guy. In fact, the Brooklyn Net fan sitting next to me asked if Paul Reed was a free agent this summer and hopes that the Nets will pursue him. Give me all your thoughts down below. What do you feel about this series so far and where the Sixers are at? Give me all your thoughts. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.